Good morning, boys and girls. This morning we're going to be doing reteaching 8-5. Um, and, oops, let me get the different page. Okay, problem solving, multiple step problems. Remember, it is very important whenever you're doing word problems to circle the numbers and underline the action words. Let's read together and see what they tell us. To solve a multiple step problem, you may need to find the answer to a hidden question first. Then you can use that answer to solve the problem. Here's an example. Sandra has $22 to spend on supplies. Now, as I said, I like to circle the numbers as I read them. So Sandra has $22 to spend on school supplies. She buys a backpack and spends the rest of her money on notebooks. How many notebooks did she buy? Well, that has a lot of information, and it's not easy for me to find any other information. I have one number. Looks like how many notebooks did she buy, but I don't know how many notebooks she bought because she bought some backpacks and she had $22 to spend. So you really have to break it down and to see what different things say. So what do you know? We know that Sandra has $22 to spend $20 and spends $10 on a backpack. Okay, so we know that she spends because here's the $10 on the backpack. So we're going to subtract the $10 from the 22, leaving her with $12. Okay. Since she has 12 left to spend on notebooks, that costs $3 each. Okay, $3 each. She has 12 divided by 3 equals 4. So she would buy 4 notebooks. Let's look at number 1 together and just see if we can figure it out. So often, and I should tell my class, it's important to read the entire question first and then go back through and dissect it or break it apart, because sometimes you just have to read it a couple times. So let's read it together first. There are 5 players on a basketball team. All but 2 players scored 6 points each. The other 2 players scored the same number of points. The team scored a total of 34 points. How many points did the other 2 players each score? Hint. Hidden question. How many points were scored in all by the players who scored 6 points each? Okay, so let's look at this. There are 5 players on a basketball team. Okay? All but 2 players scored 6 points each. So if we have 5 players, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players. Okay? And all of them but 2 scored 6 points. So we have 6 points, 6 points, 6 points. And these 2, we don't know because they didn't score 6 points, right? The other two players scored the same number of points. Okay, but they're the same number of points. The team scored a total of 34 points. Okay, so a total of 34. All 5 of them scored 34 points. Okay? All right, so we have 34. We have all of this. I know this number. I know that 3 of them did 6. So how many is that in all? 3 times 6. So I have 3 times 6. How could I do that? Well, I could count by 6s. 6, 12, 18. Okay, so I know 18. And I know 34. So I'm going to subtract 18 from 34. I'm going to borrow. Make that a 14. 14 minus 8. If you don't know that off the top of your head, that's okay. Let's count backwards. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 2 minus 1 is 1. Okay, so there are 16 points between these 2 players. 16 points between those 2 players. And what it gave us a hint. It said the other 2 players scored the same number of points. the same number of points. If it was 16, what am I going to divide it by to make it be the same number? Well, I have two groups, so let's do that. 16 divided by two groups. What number would that be? Well, if you don't know, let's draw the dots. Let's count up to 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Each of the other two players scored 8 points. And that answers the question. How many points did the other two players each scored? They each scored 8 points each. On word problems, it's very important that you label your work so that it makes sense. Let's look at number 2. Go ahead and pause the video and come back and we'll do it together. All right, welcome back. Number 2, there are 45 students taking a trip to the museum. They form 3 groups with 7 students each. The rest of the groups have 6 students each. How many groups of 6 are there? Well, let's start over. There are 45 students taking a trip to a museum. Okay, so 45 students are going to the museum. They form 3 groups with 7 in each. So 3 groups, 7. And those 3 groups, 7 times 3 equals 21. The rest of the groups are 6 each. Okay, well, we know we have 21 and we started with 45. So let's subtract 45 minus 21 and we get 24. So there's 24 left. And each of those have 6 groups in it. So 24 divided by 6, right? Because I have 24 students divided by 6. Oh, those are the 6s. Those are hard to know, right? How can I do 6s into 24? Well, I could do groups. I could roll out my groups. I could make 6 groups. And I could spread 24. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Each group has 4 in it. So how many groups of 6 are there? There are 4 groups of 6. And number 3, go ahead and pause the video and come back and let's do it together. All right, welcome back. Number 3, Juan has $20 to spend. He wants to spend $3 each day for 5 days and $4 on the weekend. Does he have enough money? If so, how much will he have left? Well, let's start over and take a look at it. Juan has $20 to spend. So he has 20. I'm going to put that right here, 20. He wants to spend $3 each day for 5 days. Okay, so I know that $3 times 5 equals 3 times 5. So 5, 10, 15. Okay, 3 times 5 is 15. And $4 on the weekend. Okay, so if I have the 15 plus his $4 he wants to spend on the weekend, is a total of 19. So he's going to spend 19. So I could take that away from the 20 and I end up with $1 left. So does he have enough money? Yes, he has enough money. Yes. Juan has enough money. I'm going to just use dollars with $1 left. All right, so that's how you do it. Go on to the practice page and we'll see you here tomorrow. Thanks, guys.